Right. Right. Someone is asking the question. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have said that to install OS, there should be a device. That means here our device is database server. On that we will install OS. On that we will install SQL Server. Is it correct?
No. So to install the SQL Server, we should have one device. That device might be your Windows laptop or your Windows server.
Okay.
Not database server. Okay, either Windows laptop or Windows server or Linux server. Anything it might be.
No, sir. You have said that to install OS. I am asking about OS.
Okay, to install operating system.
There should be one device.
Yes, that device is
database server.
Why only database server? It might be application server. Application also. Yes, we are
just
going
I'm
to
asking.
use. Yes, see, it's not like it will be a database server. It should be a server. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's not like database server. You are asking about OS. OS means application people also will use OS. Okay, lot of people, lot of teams will use operating systems. Of course, those who are using the machines, everyone will use OS. So it's not like database. It's not like database server and all. It should be a server. Either it was deployed with a Windows operating system or Linux operating system.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
For practice purpose, server OS is mandatory, sir?
Yes. If you want real time, it's mandatory. If you want to practice with a real time setup, okay, server operating system is mandatory, and I am going to provide you the server operating system, and you have to create a virtual machine. Don't install it directly on your laptop. I'll tell you how to create virtual machine softwares. We are going to use Oracle VirtualBox software throughout our practice. We'll create virtual machines. On top of that, we'll create Windows servers. On top of that, we'll install SQL Server.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? If you want, you can still install directly in your laptop, whatever you are using now, at least for a basic idea to practice and all, to see how it will work and all. You can still install directly on your laptop, no issues. The same process, how we are installing SQL Server in the server, the same process will follow to install SQL Server in the laptop also. Okay, guys, any other questions, please? No questions? Then I have a question for all of you. Ready? Right. Okay. Fine, guys. So why we have this Windows Server versions? We have Windows Server versions, right? Windows NT 3.0, Windows NT 4.0, Windows Server 2000. In the same way, we have SQL Server 2000. We have Windows Server 2000. Okay. You can see here SQL Server 2005 is there, but we don't have Windows Server 2005. We have Windows Server 2003, and 2008 and 8R2 is there in the SQL Server, and 2008 8R2 is there in the Windows Server also. 2012 is there in the SQL Server, 2012 and 12R2 is there in the Windows Server. 2016 is there, 2016 is there, 2019 is there, 2019 is there. Okay. What is the latest version of the Windows servers, guys? Can anyone tell me? Google it and let me know. No problem. You can Google it and let me know. What is the latest version?
22.
2022. Are you sure?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sure, guys?
Yes, sir.
Just check it
Yes.
again. It might change, right? Right. Okay. So the answer is 2022. That is the latest version, guys. Right. And we have Windows Server 2022 also. So these are the different Windows Server versions. And of course, you should know these versions also should be on tip of your tongue, guys. Okay. These SQL Server versions and this Windows Server versions also should be on tip of your tongue. Very important thing. Very, very important. Right. Fine. So now let's discuss about this CTP, RC, RTM, guys. Okay, CTP, RC, and RTM. What is this CTP, RC, and RTM? As discussed earlier, we discussed about this vaccination, right? Directly they don't introduce to the public. First they will introduce to the animals, then random people, and then finally after 2-3 clinical trials they will introduce to the public. There is no side effects and all. So imagine if Windows or Microsoft wants to introduce SQL Server 2024. Imagine, just an example. Even I am not sure whether they are going to introduce or not. They want to introduce 2024, guys. So are they going to introduce directly 2024 into the market? No, right? Whatever features are there in the 2024, first they are going to set up or they are going to build the SQL Server 2024 copy, and they will introduce that copy to the community people, guys. Community, everyone can become member of the Microsoft community. You can also become member of the Microsoft community. It's kind of a subscription kind of thing. Just you can subscribe to that service. Whatever features, new features or new versions Microsoft is going to introduce, first Microsoft will introduce to the community people, guys. First that new version will be introduced to the community people. Okay, community people for testing purpose and all, not for enterprise purpose, not for professional uses, just for testing purpose. Microsoft first it will release its new version, either it is a SQL Server or Windows Server, anything. First it will release it to the community, guys. You can become a member of community, Microsoft community, like that. Other people across the globe, lot of people are there, lot of subscribers will be there. They are the members of the Microsoft community, and once they came to know if they released a database software, they will download. They can download, they can work with it, they can check any bugs are there. It's very common, bugs will be there, errors will be there, okay, challenges will be there. They will refine everything in the internal testing and all. After internal testing and all, they will refine everything and they will release a perfect copy. But depends upon the requirement, some extra bugs and all will be there, some extra errors and all will be there. So you can download the SQL Server 2024, you can install, you can test the new features. If you feel there is a change, there should be a change, if you want to give suggestions and all, or if you found any bug and all, you can inform to Microsoft so that they will rectify the bugs. So any version, first a CTP version of the SQL Server will be released, guys. A CTP version of the SQL Server will be released, and only that community people can access this CTP, not common public. Okay, first thing. Right, why, guys? This is a test copy, so that community people will install it and they will test all the features. If everything looks good, that's okay. If any issues comes from this community people, Microsoft will collect all the bugs, all the errors from the community people, all the suggestions from the community people, and it is going to rectify those errors. Okay, and it will release the same version 2024 RC. It is going to release RC version, released candidate, second test copy. CTP is the first test copy, RC is the second test copy. Again, it will release RC to the community. You can download RC, but guys, this CTP, RC, or you cannot install these two servers versions in the production environment. These are the free. You need to pay to install these softwares. These CTP and RC are free. Remember one thing, free softwares you cannot install on your production environment. Free SQL servers softwares you cannot install in your production environment. Why? Because they are going to lose the money. So that is a illegal activity, so that Microsoft can take legal action on the firm or entity or the company. Okay, so remember one thing, free softwares you cannot install on the production servers. You can install in the non-prod servers, no issues. But production servers you have to pay money and you have to use the services. So these two test copies you cannot install in your production environment. RC is also second test copy. You can download it, you can work with it. If any suggestions are there, you can suggest Microsoft. If any bugs are there, you can inform to Microsoft so that they are going to fix the issues. Finally, they will release the software to the public. That is called release to market, which is a paid version, guys. Release to market is a paid version. For this, you have to pay the money. If you want to use this software, you have to pay some money to the Microsoft RTM. So any software, first you are going to install RTM copy, guys. You can call it as a copy. An RTM copy, the base copy of the SQL Server is an RTM copy. Just a base copy, you can call it as an RTM, released to market. It is called an RTM copy. This is a paid version, guys. You have to pay money to the Microsoft, depends upon your usage. Different licensing policies will be there, licensing plans will be there. Do anyone knows what is the cost of the SQL Server, guys? One SQL Server software cost, anyone knows? Google it, no problem. Google it and let me know what is the cost of the SQL Server. Check and let me know the answer, guys. One software. It's not like once you bought that SQL Server, you can install how many servers you want. Not like that. One SQL Server is installed on one Windows server. What is the cost? Can anyone guess? $60,000, Rajesh Babu. Any guess, guys? Okay. Standard edition. 15 clients. Okay. What about enterprise edition? Right. Okay. Guys, Microsoft products are always too costly. Okay. For an enterprise edition SQL Server software, you have to spend at least 3.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, depends upon the different plans. We have core based pricing and all different pricing models are there, depends upon the pricing model. Minimum 3.5 lakhs to at least 5 lakhs the software, one software cost that you can install in one Windows machine. Okay, so very costly. And again, the another issue is, if you want to install SQL Server, you have to buy Windows Server licensing also. Why? Because you can install SQL Server on Windows servers, right? Windows servers are not free. Again, you have to buy Windows servers licensing also. Means you have to buy Windows Server licensing, you have to buy SQL Server licensing, which is very costly. To maintain one server, almost it will be 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs. The normal setup, normal Windows Server and SQL Server. Okay, at least 7 to 10 lakhs. Very costly. Okay, and this is how it will work. So anyone like having any issues in the CTP, RC, RTM, these are the different copies, like first test copy, second test copy, and a live copy. So these are the different copies, okay, that are going to be like provided by the Microsoft, guys. Any questions, let me know, please. Guys, is the class is boring?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's interesting.
No, it's not.
Yes, sure, sir. No boring, sir.
It is
Okay.
very
Let me know
basic.
if it
That's
is.
why we are
Yeah, that's what why, because I told you, right? A lot of non-technical background people are there, so you have to go with very basics. Okay, so if you know the things, that's fine. Okay, right, and that's fine. If you are boring, let me know. We'll do some activities, guys. Any singer is there in this group? Singers, stand-up comedy kind of thing. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so in the middle of our classes, okay, you can see some changes, not immediately after like enrolling, right? So at least to make sure it's not boring kind of thing, at least to make you engage with the course, we'll go for different programs and all. Okay, Asif, but I understood there are non-technical people. Yes, Asif, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Okay, right. Right, fine, guys. Let's discuss about this bill number. What is this bill number and all? Okay, first of all, without seeing the SQL Server, we are discussing almost since 7 hours, morning 5 hours. Sorry, since 5 hours, morning 2.5 hours, and now almost 2 hours. Right? Let me show you how a SQL Server look like, guys. Okay, let me show you. taking time to open. So the one which I open now is a management studio, guys. Management studio, there is a separate class on management studio. I'll take class on management studio later. Okay, depends upon this particular what we can call it as course content and all. I'm going to take the class on management studio. So what is management studio, how it is going to useful, how to install management studio, everything and all we'll discuss. Okay, so this is the management studio. Simply management studio is a tool. It's a tool to connect to the running SQL servers, guys. It's a tool to connect to the SQL server. Management studio is a tool to connect to the SQL servers. Okay, so once we just connected to the SQL server, again I'll explain what is the server name, authentication type. Nothing to worry about this, guys. Okay, again while discussing SSMS, we'll discuss everything. Okay, nothing to worry. Since the server is stopped state, let me start the server so that we can connect to the servers. Okay. Again, nothing to worry, guys. What I did, I'll tell you again. We have a separate class on this. Okay, nothing to worry. Right, this is how the server is connected now. This is how a SQL server look like, guys. This is how a SQL server look like. Okay, you can see these are the different objects. We can call everything as an object in the SQL server, guys. This is the server name which was highlighted, and under server name we have a lot of features and objects, okay, that are there in this particular tree. Okay, and we have one more service called SQL Server Agent. If you see here, you can see server name and you can see SQL Server. Here one number is there, guys. Okay, one number is there, and you can see this is like who is connected to the server. This is like who is connected to the server, the login name. This is the part login name. Server number contains server name contains three parts. One is the actual server name. Second part is the build number. Third part is the login name. Who is connected to the SQL server? The login name. Okay, the login name. Who is connected to the SQL server? Right? It contains three names. Right? So what is this build number? What is the use of this build number? Okay, build number will help you to identify the version of the SQL server, guys. It will help you to identify the version of the SQL server. Okay, if you see here, let's go back to our document. Where is that? Yes. Okay, fine. If you see here, there is a number beside to the version of each SQL server, guys. SQL Server 2000, if you install 2000, the build number starts with 8.0. If you install SQL Server 2005, the build number starts with 9.0. If you install 2008, the build number starts with 10.0, 2008 R2 10.50, 2012 11.0, 2014 12.0, 2016 13.0, 2017 14.0, 2019, if you install 2019 15.0. Guys, can anyone help me which version I installed in my laptop?
2019.
2019.
Very good. Okay, so by just looking this two numbers, 15.0 means 2019. Guys, you cannot immediately identify the version of the SQL server by just looking like this. Your build number will help you to identify the version of the SQL server, guys. Of course, you can check the version by going to the properties of this. Right click properties. There you can see which version of the SQL server it is. It is not mentioned here, right? It was mentioned like 15.0 only. Okay, there is a command. You can run the command SQL select at version command. You can run it and you can came to know. Let me show you that command also. How to write commands? Right click new query. Again, I'll take one separate class, guys. Okay, nothing to worry. Select at version, which will help you to find the version of the SQL server. This is the execute button. Just click on the execute button. You can see the output here, right? What is the version, guys? Microsoft SQL Server 2019. This is called bill number. How many parts are there, guys, in this bill number? How many parts? Can anyone tell me?
3 parts.
Are you
Four.
sure? 4 parts.
3 parts,
okay.
sir.
I am sure it is 4 parts.
It is 4 parts.
Yeah, 4.
15.0.2000.5. Okay. Bill number contains 4 parts. Major version dot minor version dot actual bill number dot revision history. Okay, these are the 4 parts that are there in the SQL Server versions, guys. Major version and minor version you can see. Okay, here in this table you can see major version and minor version. Mostly minor versions will be 0 only. Major versions you can see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only for 2008 R2 we have minor version 10.50. For all other versions the minor versions are zeros only. Okay, so this is called bill number, guys. Bill number will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. Okay, it contains 4 parts: major version dot minor version dot actual bill number dot revision history. Okay, just now I asked you to remember these versions, right? These versions and these versions, right? You have to remember extra thing also, that is your bill numbers. At least now I'm not asking you to remember the whole part of the bill number. Third part, fourth part, you can ignore it, guys. You cannot remember. Okay, it's very difficult. At least this first part and second part you should be able to remember. And if anyone asking, they directly comes to you and, hey, can we install or can we configure always on? Can you please configure always on in this server? Then you cannot say, okay, no problem, I'll configure, please go and take rest, I'll configure and update. You cannot say like that. You have to ask which version it is. Okay, it is from SQL Server 2008. 2008 there is no always on feature. How can you give promise that you are going to configure always on? So you should know the version right first. So which will help you to identify easily this bill number is going to take care of it. It will help you to identify the version easily. So as a professional DBA with 3, 4 years, 5 years experience, you should be in a position to which version it belongs to, so that if anyone comes to you, hey, can I configure always on this SQL server? Yes, we can configure. Why? Because this is 15.0 2019. 2019 we have always on feature. Is it clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts, please? About bill number, any doubts?
What is meant by revision history?
Revision history, this third part and fourth part, leave it. Okay, no issues. These 2 parts will help you when you upgrade your SQL. I mean, like when you patch the SQL server, these 2 parts are going to be upgraded, guys. The third part and fourth part, when you patch the SQL server, these 2 parts are going to be upgraded. Means this actual bill number and revision history will help you whether your SQL server is patched or not. Okay.
Are
Fine,
there any
guys.
versions without always on?
Yeah, we have SQL Server 2000 up to 2012. We don't have always on feature. Forget about always on. I'm just giving example. Okay, there is a separate class. We are going to discuss almost 5 hours. Okay, on always on feature. So nothing to worry. I'm going to explain. Just that is an example for reference. Okay, up to 2008 R2 always on won't be supported. From 2012 onwards, it will be supported. Always on feature is there. It will work. Just for basic understanding, that's an important feature, right? That's why I just took the example. Right, any other questions, guys?
So there is a question in the chat. When you upgrade, is there an additional cost or is there a charge when you upgrade from a lower version to a higher one?
Very good question. Yes, it is. When you upgrade the SQL Server from lower version to higher version, yes, it is. Why? Because the new SQL Server version costing and all is different when compared to the older versions. See, we have support, guys. we have a support. Means for every version of the SQL Server, let me show you one graph here. You can able to understand what it is. Let me open this Google SQL Server builds.blogspot.com SQL Server builds. Just type SQL Server builds. Okay, you will get one website, SQL Server builds. It's a blogspot, guys. Right. You can see all the versions here. Okay, you can see all the versions here. Here you can see okay. This SQL Server 2019 support date. It will the support Microsoft will give support up to 2025, guys. I hope everyone can see this number. Or let me expand. Okay, let me maximize. Right. So up to 2025, Microsoft will give support for the SQL Server 2019. Okay. After that, you can take extended support for next 5 more years. Up to 2030, you can take extended support. After that, Microsoft won't give you any support, and this 2019 is completely free. You can use it, no problem. You can use it. In the production also you can use it. Why? Because Microsoft is not giving support now. Means after 2030, you can still use 2019 for free. No need to pay a single rupee to Microsoft. Why? Because you just paid from 2019 to 2030, almost 11 years you paid, right? After that, no need to pay the money and you can use the software in the production environment. No issues. But if any challenges are there, Microsoft won't support you. And Microsoft won't release any patches. You cannot upgrade. Upgrade means I mean to say there are no patches available to patch your server in case some security threats are there. New security threats came into the market, as Microsoft won't release the software updates, so that you cannot upgrade your SQL Server, you cannot update your SQL Server, you cannot patch your SQL Server 2019, so that if any threats are there, any virus are there, it will be easily affected and your databases and all will be down. In the same way, we have different see here. This is 2016, right? By 2021, support date is completed, and by 2026, extend is going to be completed. Let me show you 2000. See here. Yes, 2022, guys. Extend date is also going to be completed by July. Okay, by July. Just 1 minute, guys. Please don't mind. Just a delivery call. Please don't mind. Hello. Right, I'm back. Okay, that's fine. Right. So if you see here, this 2022, the support is going to end by July, guys. In 1 month, next month it is going to be completed. Extended support also. After that, you can use this SQL Server 2012 for free, but Microsoft won't give any support. It won't release any patches and all. So if any security threat comes, which will affect the SQL Server, then you are going to face the consequences, right? So if you are upgrading from lower version to higher version, definitely you have to pay money. Now you are decided to upgrade from 2012 to 2019. Of course, you have to pay money. Okay, so again, extra money. I mean to say extra money. So it depends upon the version to version. You have to pay the money. Okay, any other questions? Is it clear? First of all, guys,
Yes, sir.
everyone, please.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
That's fine. Okay. So can we upgrade the version after support date? Ah, yes, of course. Happily you can upgrade it. No issues. Okay. Still you don't believe. Still some of the companies are still using SQL Server 2000 after 22 years. And the extended support is also completed by 2013. Means almost all 10 years over. Still people are using 2000. I know some organizations still using 2000 for free. If you want to migrate 2000 to 2019, you can migrate. If you want to upgrade 2000 to 2017, you can upgrade. So it depends upon the requirements and all. But yes, from free, even though the support date or extended support is completed, still you can upgrade or migrate the instances from lower to higher versions. For out of support version, can we use to production free of cost or we need to pay? That's what we discussed, Rajesh Babu. We can use for free, but if any security threats are there, you have to face the consequences. Any other questions, guys?
Can move.
Yes, please.
My laptop has bill number, right?
Yes, even laptops also having bill numbers, operating systems also having bill numbers and all. Okay, you can see under system information. Or let me open MS Info 32. Okay, MS Info 32 will help you to find the bill number. So okay, this is your bill number. This is your laptop bill number. Okay, why? Because these softwares all comes from Microsoft, right? So the Microsoft will follow same kind of architecture. Okay, and some of the things like operating systems and softwares, database softwares and all. So the same concept is there in the OS level also. Bill numbers concept. Okay, guys, is it clear? Anyone having any issues in the bill numbers? So, and you should, it's very important. Again, I'm saying you should be in a position to tell me the bill numbers and all. Okay. Very important, guys. These bill numbers also should be tip of your tongue. It should be on tip of your tongue, guys. Any questions, please?
Sir, if you upgrade the SQL Server from 2008 to 2019,
Yes.
will the cost will vary?
Of course. That's what someone asked. Yes, it will vary. It will vary.
Or if we
Definitely. It will vary.
purchase a new SQL Server 2019, the cost difference between upgradation and the
It's
new.
not like that. See, 2019 will have its own set of costing. It's not like migration. This is the cost. If you buy new SQLs at 2019, this is the cost. Not like that. Okay. So the same cost will be there. Of course, migrating means, guys, migrating means nothing. Again, you will install one more SQL Server 2019. Then you have to buy 2019, right? And you will move the things from 2000 to 2019 or 2008 to 2019. Migration means don't think it's a different concept and all. Migration means first you will install SQL Server 2019, your required the target version, and then you will move the things from old version to the new version. Okay, so that means you are deploying a new SQL Server 2019 only there in the migration.
So
Okay, guys. Yes, any other questions? Any questions, please? Okay, that's fine. Right. So yes, we'll discuss about these two today, okay, and then we'll disconnect by today, and tomorrow morning we'll connect again. Okay, let's discuss about these two guys, then we'll disconnect by today for today, and tomorrow we'll connect again. Right, tomorrow means for US people, tonight again we are going to connect, guys. Okay, right. So major version, minor version, actual build number, revision history. By just using this build number, you are able to, okay, tell me the version of the SQL Server, guys. So this is very important. Just remember first two numbers, and first number, especially first number, okay, 8 or 9 or 10 or 11. Second number always will be 0 except for 2008 or 2. Second number it is 0 only, but it will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server build number. And the actual build number and revision history will help you whether your SQL Server is patched or not. Okay, fine. Right. Editions of the SQL Server. What are the different editions of the SQL Server, guys? What is meant by edition, first of all? Edition means limitations to the features in the software is called edition. Limitations to the features in the software is called edition. Guys, the meeting is going to close in 1 minute. So if it was disconnected, please connect with the same link. Okay, right, fine. Just that's fine. Right. So limitations to the features means, edition means limitations to the features, guys. So we have express edition. Different editions are there in the SQL Server. Different editions are there. We have express edition, we have evaluation edition, we have developer edition, we have standard edition, we have enterprise edition. Okay, so there is a difference between version and edition. Don't confuse. Version means, let me reconnect, guys. It is showing less than 1 minute. Let me reconnect. Please use the same link to join. I'm reconnecting again.